in the quarterfinals,
Are
and
you serious?
we had a super close last segment. So it reminds me of last year.
Well, we have a lot to look forward to in this segment. Adam Kaplan is about to join us as well, folks. But take a look at the scoreboards. We're going to dip in to the closest match on the scoreboard here, which is Lebowitz Simpson. And here comes Adam as we speak. And why don't we hit the action right now? And Adam, welcome back to the broadcast as well. And welcome to the last set of the quarterfinals. Let's dance. Closest match, Zach and Michael Rosenberg with Joel and David Granger. This is going to be good.
This should be a fun table.
And
Nice one. Have fun.
I'm going to keep you abreast of all the situations, and let me get to the correct view for everybody that's watching, guys. Sorry about that. A little lag on that one, but we're here. And I'll keep a view on all the matches. We'll see who's close, who we want to flash to. And here we go. Looks like we're already at 3-0 Trump, and Zach is just thinking about what to do over there.
Yeah, so far all
It,
the calls seem pretty forced, and now he has a difficult decision.
I mean, hearing that Bartner has club stuff, right? Because were willing to bid 3 no Trump over three diamonds. It isn't great for his hand, but he has to like his sort of his hearts in context, and King of the Spade could be quite good. Um, switch
Yeah.
Michael's King Queen of Clubs to the Ace of Clubs, and he's probably going to bid the same way. And now Slam is not amazing, but certainly not bad. Um,
Yeah, certainly. Yeah. If partner has extras, then I think you're worried about that. I mean, it looks like their most likely shape is this shape, or certainly that they have a stiff diamond. And so it does seem like knowing the partner has a stiff diamond, you need a lot. So this is kind of what I was thinking. I think he's thinking about which game he wants to play, and I actually think he's basically decided he does not want to play slam. And that's what I think he's thinking about. And it looks like he's decided he wants to play four spades.
Which is going to become an interesting place to play.
Certainly today it will. I mean, I think that does make sense. I mean, when partner only has one club stopper, you're not really thrilled about playing three now.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, obviously you might make slam, but you basically, to me, it looks like you basically need partner to have stiff queen of diamonds, I mean, if they have a hand that bid 3 no with two diamonds, that's probably not a good sign for slam. So, I mean, it could be, but you really, kind of need, or ace of clubs is going to be a huge card. So I think it makes sense that he just decided to play game.
Yeah, that's quite reasonable. Now, four spades is definitely an interesting contract.
Right,
And
right. He basically bought the worst possible hand for this. I mean, great club stopper, and it happens to be that the spades are breaking badly, so it's that not his day.
yeah, I mean, it's not clear that four spades is down either. I mean, he certainly has a lot of work to do, but
Oh yeah, it looks like it might, yeah, it certainly is probably still a favorite to be made if they play, he guesses the play. I mean, given that the some things are friendly.
well, it's interesting. This diamond lead looks a little suspicious, right? It looks like it might even be a singleton. And if it is, then he might be inclined to play Joel for having longer spades, seeing as he has nothing else to go on. It's just a question of whether he can get to his hand to do that.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think you can kind of tell that his entries are a little botched here. So he's just gonna win, and he's probably got to start Jack of clubs. I mean, or hard finesse and then Jack of clubs, depending. I mean, that would be my guess. Okay, so he's playing out trumps, ten of spades. So that got covered, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Now he'll get the bad news and play a club
Right.
out of his hand, and Joel will have to sort of decide if he wins it, he's still going to be end played into giving him a dummy entry. Um,
Right. But if he plays ace of clubs in a club, then this does not look like it's making. Right.
I don't know
I
about
guess
that
it's still close, yeah.
because the King of Hearts is on the side, so he's one pitch short is the problem.
Right. So maybe I mean, what about ducking the club? Is that a better idea? I mean, ducking a club can this just easily be made? It still is not easy. Doesn't seem like.
Well, it seems like he wants to lose a club, a heart, and a spade, right? And so,
Yeah.
so I think that if Joel ducks the club, he's actually in pretty good shape because now he can play the king of diamonds, pitch a heart, and take a
Probably
heart
play Queen of Hearts
finesse, and
first,
draw.
right?
Sure, but um, uh, and so he can wind up
Here's the low card with the jack.
basically giving, then exit a heart, and in the ending, he's fine. But if
Yeah.
Joel wins, if you're right,
That's what it
I
seems
think
like.
if Joel wins this and returns a club, now he's in bad shape because he's going to be stuck in his hand with no way out.
Right, but then he can just play something like it looks like he can play just play a low heart, right? I mean, and he get kind of gets to the same, same ending, right? I mean, it looks like the hand is just too friendly, right? With hearts 3-3 and the
Yeah, yeah, you're right.
it
You're
seems
right.
like it's yeah.
Hearts being 3-3 really, I guess, kind of
It might
dooms the defense here.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, as it happens, it looks like it looks like covering the spade might have been an error because he might have overtaken the spade.
Oh,
And probably, I guess he could never have overtaken the spade. I
No,
mean that,
I don't think so. I mean,
yeah,
he's not that desperate for injuries to his
yeah,
hand. He has plenty of work to do in the well, he's in the dummy, so I don't
yeah.
see why that would be.
all right. And thanks
Yeah,
for everybody joining us on both platforms. Fire your questions in for these gentlemen, and we'll see how this turns out. It doesn't look like it's going
He did
to.
duck the club. So
Yep.
I think he's playing Queen of Hearts first. But maybe he can the King. It seems like King of Diamonds rough with that he has problems now, and then he can pitch it. North can pitch a heart maybe, and this is he might still be fine actually. But I think he'll play Queen of Hearts first. But Michael's a thoughtful declarer, so I'm sure this is gonna be a slow trick, even though I mean he already has kind of had a lot of time on the last two tricks, but this will probably also be a slow trick.
Is Granger a fast player? Because is this kind of
Granger
like,
is, yes.
yeah? So this is like a mirrored up partnership. Zach and David are very fast, and Michael and Joel are more deliberate players. So
Right, right.
definitely.
good
Certainly
good
that
mix.
yeah. Certainly sometimes they'll play
Every
fast,
yeah,
but Michael is probably yeah, Michael and Joel yeah, Joel is slower than Michael, but Michael is very consistently slow as well.
we say deliberate. Just
Hmm.
not slow, deliberate.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So far they've so far they haven't been slow, one board
Look at
in.
it.
No.
You, you're inviting trouble.
So Finn's played in this. You said 4 times, Finn. Adam,
Yeah, this is my fourth year.
how many times have you played in this one?
Me?
Yeah.
I've only played the open trials, I think, once. It always worked out that it was terrible timing when I was in school, and then I was too busy once I was
Gotcha.
graduating.
Yeah.
So, you know, it always wound up that I had some sort of exam or something else during the week of the open trials because
Gotcha.
my spring break was like a couple weeks before or
And
something. Uh,
this
yeah.
is a long event if you start doing well.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Usually you
So
don't have to worry about that.
yeah, certainly the times that I
I
played,
certainly do
I
not.
didn't, but you know,
I'd like to play
so
it.
it's
I'd like to play in this event just one time. I mean, for a couple days.
well,
Yeah.
Exactly two days.
it's one of the best events out there
Yep.
because you get to play either a long round robin against a bunch of really
Which
good
is
teams,
which is actually a great just part of it if you get to do that. But
right, or better yet, you get to play 120 boards against some of
yeah.
the top players in the country. Like
And
what's
honestly,
not to like?
if you're certain teams that like if there's an upset, you get to play 240 boards too. So it's just like
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
is
yeah,
even
next year
better.
is going to be the
Like,
two-team trials, which will make it a very long event.
right because then you have essentially mirrored up events. right? The team trials for one, and then you start all over again after teams start bouncing out, and that
Yeah, yeah.
that's a marathon.
Right. Yeah, that was my first trials and that one, but both matches, ended up being moderately close, but we lost both in a row, so it was only four
Oh,
days.
oh God.
All right. So you were correct, Finn. We did get the Queen of Hearts
there
first.
there it
So
was.
Yeah, and so now when he plays King of Diamonds Diamond, when if he pitches a club, now he can take an extra spade trick, but then he gets end played to lead away from his King of Hearts.
I'm not so sure about that.
No, no, it goes King of Diamonds, the that diamond. He trumps and plays King of Clubs, which is one with the ace. Uh, and now he can play a club with if he roughs, he plays a spade. He plays spade and a
Yeah,
spade.
he kind of gets weirdly sort of squeezed in Trump almost.
Yeah, if he and
Right.
now if he pitches a heart, then he actually he make no, he's still not making five, but it's close.
Right. It's close, but the idea is that North is running will run out of reasonable pitches that they can actually afford to make.
Yeah,
And so, pretty quickly they're going to start having problems here. They'll pitch a club to start, but then, the choice of pitching a trump, if you will, or a
right.
heart is not great. And even if their partner, well, so what if uh, Joel returns a heart though, right?
If
He
Joe
pitches a
then he just then he can just win the ace and play a heart and he's in the same ending.
Yeah, but he doesn't know that that Joel is the 10-9 of hearts, right? I mean,
No,
the
but
hand is
there's no way he can screw it up because no matter what he does, it's gonna come to the same three card ending. He just has to cash the club and then it comes down to that. Like as long as he cashes the club, he's fine.
okay. Very well.
And Ewan is still
Uh,
recruiting teammates for 25 and 26 for the trials. If anyone's interested, I might be interested. Ewan, this
the,
this view graph stuff is high pressure. Playing is much easier.
hmm
Watching the World Championship stuff was very excruciating. Right? Don't you? If your sister was playing for a World Championship or your dad or like someone you're not playing with and you're watching and you really want them to win, wouldn't you just rather be playing bridge at the table just so you don't have to? Your
Yeah,
mind
for
is lost
sure.
in the game. You're not.
Yeah.
You have no
I don't know.
emotions.
For me, the only thing I would care that much about though is if I was watching my own team.
Yes. Okay. Exactly. But
I mean, my sister or dad would be good, but if it was my own team, then I would
so we
care.
know where your loyalties are. That's good. So that's being a good teammate right there. Everyone, pay attention.
Questionable family member, good teammate.
Yeah. But usually instead, I would I'm just playing and then my teammates have to watch me play instead.
Yeah. So Michael's trying to figure out if the hand is less friendly here, right? I mean, he knows Joel has the ace of clubs. He knows Granger has the king of hearts.
Yeah.
He knows the spade situation. He's just trying to figure out what was this diamond lead, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
trying to figure out if it's possible to go down from here. I think the only way he can do it is if he plays King of Diamonds pitching a heart. And no, that even is that, and then he plays a heart to the ace. I think that's then he's down. But I think that's the only way to do it.
Yeah. There's a
yeah,
nice
well,
comment
but
in YouTube about doctors treating their family members. They won't do it. Sorry
right,
about that.
right.
Keep going.
No, no,
Yeah,
no. I mean, this hand. I mean, it's just like yeah, it's just so ridiculous to unfortunately to go down from this point. So he's thinking, but it's there's probably much more for him to decide. I mean, it seemed yeah, yeah. It's hard to think about it from his perspective from here, but we can try to.
You know what we've been doing, or at least in the last one. We're gonna sweat one of these players at some point, and this is a really good table to be watching because I'm gonna look ahead. Don't look ahead, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look ahead for some hands where we're just gonna sweat one seat for the whole time.
okay.
Yeah, that's fun.
I I
I
like
tried
that.
doing that yesterday.
Yeah, it's a
Good
nice
practice
way.
for sure.
It's a nice way to kind of get into one of these players' heads too. In fact, we should probably figure out a way to watch Zach because getting into that mind can be a roller coaster. So
I was just gonna say I want to be careful which players' heads I'm getting into.
Yeah, exactly. Hello, everybody. People saying hello, and people are piling in for the end result of the quarterfinals. We are watching definitely the closest match at this point. However, we'll take a look at some of the scores and keep you guys updated. Not too much has happened
Interesting.
so far, except for Fleischer getting something. Rosenthal's out to a little bigger of a lead now, shipping
So
14 to their
Michael,
side.
making sure that he does that things don't get pitched too soon, keeping his king of diamonds in the dummy, and essentially just saying, okay, hearts. He knows North has five spades, and just he's kind of working towards hearts being 3-3, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. And so this line
So if you
now,
play, wait, so you played a club now.
This is
no,
pretty. This is
he
pretty
played for
pretty.
North to have exactly three clubs, right? So now he returns a spade, but Michael wins, and he has a winning heart in hand.
Right, right.
This claim
But
city.
it's not. I don't think it's as trivial as it seemed, or as it seems sort of seeing all four hands.
Right.
The this sort of position and the
It's funny.
combinations
I mean,
that
honestly,
are
you see
there
Queen
are,
9-8 fifth of spades. You're amazed he
Yeah,
makes it,
yeah.
but there it is.
yeah, yeah.
All that for one imp loss.
Yeah, so I mean in the auction by the way, so Zach bid four spades. I mean it's an interesting question what it would be if you bid four clubs. One might think it could be a choice of games bid. And or it could be some type of, bid trying to set another suit. But I mean I would think it might be I would actually think it probably should be choice of games. If you have a slam trying diamonds, you just bid four diamonds, I think, but he didn't make that bid, so
I agree, although I'm not sure I would want to test that out at the table.
yeah, but they have an agreement about this. I mean, they have very detailed
Yeah,
system notes.
yeah.
So I mean they do have an agreement. It's possible they don't play it that way, or he didn't want to, yeah, or he didn't remember, it's impossible to say. Okay. South has a pretty poor hand, but I guess they'll make a support double anyways. But he's probably
Right.
thinking. I mean, in fact, opening this hand is incredibly aggressive.
Because of the
I'm slightly
vulnerability.
surprised. Yeah, just because of the vulnerability. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're first seed favorable, it's still you don't have to open it. I mean, it's not a good hand, but you could open it,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah,
probably would in my regular partnership, but.
I probably I would tend not to. Certainly, I'm not thrilled when I hear righty overcalled diamonds. Like, okay, well, I'll rip up my king of diamonds, and now I've opened this
Right.
lovely eight count.
Right. I mean, I
And
mean, red, white, and it's yeah.
right, right. But if you are going to open it, this is something that I guess I've seen people do that's often costly or a problem, which is that if you're going to open the bidding, you have to follow through. You can't decide halfway through, oh,
Yeah. I
I
didn't.
don't
I didn't
like it
mean it. I
anymore.
didn't mean it.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
if you're going to open it, you do have to follow through and make the support double and so
Sounds
Yeah,
like
on.
absolutely.
Now,
Although it might not be, they might not play it as mandatory at this level, which, in that case, it's like your hand is you could decide it's bad enough to downgrade it.
yeah,
so. There's a question in the chat here. Finn, how did you and Ish get together? When did you guys start playing? And
Um, when I was it was during COVID and I was like I think I was either just turned 17 or maybe 16 at the time. We played on BBO once and Ish kind of told me that doesn't have a regular partner and he'd like to give it a shot playing with me more if it worked out. And
then you
then
guys shipped the
yeah,
solid way.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Well,
amazing.
it was a long time, and it was, we played on and off. We didn't play every tournament, but
Right. Right.
we kind of we played, when we could, and got some jobs together, and then eventually had a big win.
So here we go. 3-0 Trump in the West. 11 chicks at the other table.
It's a good lead. Yes. So, I mean, it seemed so once North shows up with the ace of clubs, it's very easy to drop this king of diamonds. I mean, he's marked he's absolutely marked with it. I mean, yeah, it seems like he will get that right.
Right,
Yes, but
right.
it'll be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
Down
yeah.
one. So swing
Yeah, so
here.
the other room made five. Okay,
Yep,
so
exactly.
that's a pickup.
Seems like
Um,
they played it in the West, and the North was on lead and chose a heart, unsurprisingly.
right, right. So they let a heart, but the question is, I mean, did South open the bidding in the other room as well? Did they
I,
play
I,
strong
I,
club? Yeah.
I can tell you right now. Actually, let's take a peek. We're way behind this other table. So no, it just went pass, pass, pass a diamond on this hand. So
Okay, and, and
and then
and then how did the rest of the auction
and then
go?
it went double, redouble, two hearts by North Zia, and then three diamonds pass three no. So they found their way down
Okay,
here.
right, right. And so they doubled and it went heart to the queen. So they see queen of hearts and I guess they know let's see, they know
So
the
when
club owners,
yeah,
yeah.
it went heart to the ace, jack of diamonds, low low king, and then they did get off to a club switch. But what happened?
Oh wow.
Then Zia switched to a heart. Actually, went club to the ace, heart.
Oh God,
Devastating.
that is gonna be a tilter. That is not a good that is not a good way for it to go. All right. Yeah,
Yeah, that
this is
hit.
like
That's a bad feeling, oh, for sure.
yes. Wow, that's tough. So they actually had it down two in the other room. It would have been a win two.
Yes,
Yep.
yes.
But here we go. Excitement. And this
Okay.
is the penalty match, by the way. Each of these teams has been penalized for different infractions. Simpson for slow play, Lebowitz for a device in the room. It was a
Who had the
10.
device?
I believe it was Lebowitz actually.
Okay,
It was
okay.
just it wasn't a phone or I think it was AirPods or something. So it was just like
Oh my
oops.
God, that is ridiculous that they get penalized for that
I
for
mean,
AirPods.
you could see why you could see why it's in the rules. I mean, but whatever. I understand. It's
No, no, no. Well, it's just my opinion. I mean, I actually asked the previous year, so I took my AirPods out and put it in the drawer every round. But
right,
it's
right. Just
like
to make
it's
sure there's no like
but Jan, but the previous year she had said, oh, if you have them, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, I think it's certainly anyways. It is actually ironic though because years ago in this event, Zach incurred I believe a cell phone penalty, and um and Larry got super mad at him about it. So
yeah.
it's rebounded.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I see. Inside
Yeah.
scoop.
Putting him on blast here. I don't know. It happens to everybody.
I
So
mean,
Yeah.
and you
so
can see how it
here
could happen.
we see Zach pass and then chose to stay out when two hearts came back, getting back around to him because if a partner with short heart shortness couldn't act, you didn't really want to be involved. Um, and so here their side can probably I guess they might be able to scramble home three of a minor or something in a pinch, but
It looks like they're
um,
off. It looks like they have five top losers for to me. Yeah.
Spades were 4-2 or 3-3.
They're three
I
three.
wasn't actually looking. Okay, yeah. So then, right. So then
Yeah.
they can't even scramble home three of a minor. So their
Right.
best shot is kind of is just defending two hearts probably.
Right. Yeah. And it looks like Joel would have just passed out three clubs. He doesn't have a clear bid, but probably would have
Mhm.
passed out three clubs. Um. So this is yeah making exactly that. Exactly. Wait, no, he's making an over trick now, is that right? He's losing three more. Yeah. This will be a win one.
Mhm. Now, is the score that's shown with the 242.50?
Everything's in.
I assume that includes all of the penalties.
All in, all accounted for.
Oh no, no, sorry. This is still only making two. Okay, no,
Excellent.
but this is a push. No, I miscounted. Okay.
Oh yeah, L reminds me. There were offsetting penalties for both sides arriving late to, I believe, the first session or second session. We saw it actually live. It just one of their tables started much later.
So,
yeah. I
so,
Ale knows
so
more
both
than I
teams are going.
do. I'm here in Chicago, and Ale knows more than I do about what's going on, by the way, which is awesome.
So both teams are going for penalty bingo here.
Yes, yes. What's the most? What can we get? It's
Yes.
like Happy Gilmore. I had the most penalty minutes in my league.
Yes.
okay.
There we
Push
go.
forward.
Finally, something pushy. So the only issue with our hidden hand trick is we will get to see the other room's score. So it might work better if we try it at a random table at some point. I'll look for a good hand.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. Okay.
Yeah, have some fun with it.
Getting into the mind of Zia could be fun as well. So
Right, so the first decision it looks like we have is what's it looks like Michael will pass and South's decision in third seat. Looks like probably most likely bid is one diamond to me, but could be pass, could be two diamonds maybe. Would be a little strange, but reasonable, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like one diamond
One diamond looks
in
like the most, but the diamond spots are very bad. You have a wish trick in your own hand.
you do, but but still, I mean, you probably want a diamond lead. You have four spades, so when partner
Yeah.
bids a heart, you're not totally stuck.
Yeah. I would
And
open a diamond myself.
yeah, I mean, I think
seems pretty good, right?
right,
There it
yeah,
is.
exactly. You're third chair white, like it's really
Right.
it,
So North will make whatever their mixed diamond raise is.
Probably
Or
three
maybe it
diamonds
could be
now, or
actually wait, it's not so clear. They're a past hand first seat white. They have king and a spade, five card diamond support.
so they might
Most
show their
likely it'll be two
max.
spades.
There it
Yeah.
yeah.
is. Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
bet I think two spades is
yeah. Because the
Right,
pass is
right,
right on
yeah,
the
so
button.
yeah,
revealing.
for sure. So now East has to make a bid. I mean, he might just pass and try to wait for three
He
diamonds
did.
and double
Yep.
that.
There it is.
Um, or
Yeah, I mean,
and yeah.
some people do play double here as takeout rather than spades, but I think
Right,
you know,
but Zach will most likely double first. I mean, he has.
yes,
I mean, it's a minimum
Yes.
double, but he's good. He has a stiff and four hearts. He's kind of got to, and Michael has an easy jump to four hearts
Oh, he just
or
bit
three
three hearts
hearts.
actually.
wow.
Well, he got Zach to play it. That
Bingo.
that
yeah.
that's
Michael's like, oh really? Whoa. Hey, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think Michael knows what he's gonna bid
Do
here.
you like
I mean,
double?
he's just short of a slam try.
Right,
In
but
fact,
I
he
mean,
probably has a slam try,
no,
but
I don't think so. He overcalled a spread. Why didn't he bid? I mean, he didn't bid Michael to
yeah,
save
yeah,
up. I
I
mean,
know.
it's like,
Got it.
But
and it's Zach. It's like you can't go. I mean, if you had the same hand with this spade, then Slam does have play. Um.
So
Okay.
yeah,
I forgot to tell you there is an interesting mix up in the Fleischer match. I think Fleischer's playing with Joe Grew this set.
Right. Right. Well, it's because the match is over. I
Yes,
guess.
but it's
Yeah.
just it's an interesting pairing. I thought maybe Brad was going to play with Johnny also, but they kept it.
Yeah. They did it in the well. They did the same one in the last segment of the previous match, I believe.
Got it. They like to mix it up. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. But I mean, they take it seriously, obviously,
You,
because if the other team wants
obviously,
to play, then they want to give them a good level of bridge. So
definitely.
even though, obviously they don't need to. Um, let's see this defense from South's perspective. Let partner led the King of Diamonds. I mean, there's nothing for them really to do here. I mean, it
Yep.
looks like maybe he wants to just be on lead on the second round of diamonds if he holds and shift to a spade, I guess. Nothing better to do.
yeah. I mean, really, the best he can do is try to look like somebody with the ace of spades and hope that Zach, by some wild chance, that has the king of spades rather than the ace. So I think his goal here is gonna be to make it look like North has king, queen of diamonds and the ace of spades.
You want
So
to see
when
something?
it goes diamond.
Okay.
Okay,
So when
so
a
you're
club,
Zia.
Uh,
three clubs,
It
and
went
three
a
clubs
club, three
natural,
clubs, you doubled, and then it went past three hearts. And that is his
you had five
choice.
clubs. I mean,
Yep.
it looks like a standout bid for certainly. I mean, if partner shows two in the queen, it might not be a great spot, but it very likely will be.
Right. I mean, you just don't really have anything else to do here, right? Like
Yeah.
you'd like to be able to have more science, but preempts
What
work.
they've gotten in your way,
And
exactly.
yeah,
So
exactly.
I talked to them yesterday, and in every keycard situation, I believe they do 1430. So I don't know, exclusion might be different, but I believe it'll also be a 1430 response we're
And
seeing.
that's exactly what this is, correct? This is just, hey partner, give me your key cards without the club suit involved.
Okay,
Yeah.
so he showed
There we go.
looks
He's
like
gonna
two
award
with
it. Two
two
with,
with the
yep.
queen. All
Two
right,
with,
bingo.
nice.
All
All
right.
right, seven,
You got
seven.
that
So
system down.
and seven hearts. At the table, you could put down his seven of hearts, but here he's gonna have to click
Yeah, that is the classy
on.
move, huh? Too bad
Yeah.
it's a tablet, huh?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he can really do have much more science here, but maybe he could. I mean, if he doesn't, I guess his bid is. I just don't even know what else he would bid. Honestly, I mean,
Well, I
six
mean, the one
clubs.
thing he could do, depending on, he might be a little bit worried that they belonged in spades or something. Your partner also has four spades, maybe. I don't. I mean, he could bid seven clubs, which has got to be some sort of choice of grands, but
And
I
for
don't
those of you
think that
playing
he
at
has the
home,
right hand for that.
those are the cards we know about in partner's hand. We know about the ace of spades. We know about the king queen of hearts. Right? That's the information we just gained, which is pretty much the ball game here.
Right. Like I would imagine that if he had, rather than the jack of spades, if he had the queen of spades, let's say, right now maybe he would be thinking about bidding seven clubs, saying, "Hey, I want to play a grand slam. Hearts has been the plan, but maybe, there's somewhere else I might be willing
There's
to
an
play."
option.
Right.
Right.
And by the way, I mean there's a lot of info this three club bid at this vulnerability against an expert player, is a very telling bid because he's bid a red on white. And so this bid, he generally has about an eight trick hand. I mean, he has or a seven and a half trick hand. He has a huge playing hand when he bids three clubs red on white here. So it makes it look like partner has first of all less wastage in clubs. And it also makes it look like you might be able to guess the play better because you know that West has some distribution. It also might mean that your suits are less likely to break. So, I mean, that's kind of what Zia is probably the decisions he's waiting right now.
Yeah. I mean, and here he's just, I think, deciding that he doesn't know about the Queen of Spades, which could be very important.
Sure.
And, he knows it's a 4-4 heart thing, right? So, it's likely hearts are splitting poorly. And even if not, 4-4 fits do need a little bit more work, right?
Well,
Especially if he needs to
yeah.
rough a spade or
And
something.
this is what
I
he
mean, here,
buys here.
look at Daniel's actual hand, right? Um, you know, you don't, looking at these two hands, you don't really want to be in seven hearts necessarily, unless you're looking at all four hands.
It's
Because,
it's not clear. I haven't seen the other hands.
Good.
well, how are you going to play, right? Are you going to play for two club roughs in the
Well,
dummy? And
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
It's
probably, right?
interesting.
But
Yeah, yeah. It's very interesting.
it's not at all trivial. In fact,
For seven, exactly.
yeah, I
Right,
mean,
but yeah.
in six, I think I win the diamond in hand, take a club rough, play a spade to the ace, take a club rough, and draw trumps. But that risks some problems itself, right?
Well, that because of the Trump coup, you look like you're basically home on most lies. Well, and then you might need about four diamonds as well. Yeah.
Like I mean, six isn't a lock here, and seven is scary. So I didn't see it judged well.
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, the problem is, I mean, some of the time you're not making seven. You're also going down in six, and eh, yeah. I mean, now I'd be happy that we're in non-seven, but I certainly think. I
Is
mean,
that
it
was
certainly
that just a
looks better.
5-0 by the way that I just
Yeah,
saw?
yeah,
Okay, okay.
that is
Yeah.
5-0.
So
So
now
so I
here we
mean,
go.
Corbello has to be. He's not down yet, right?
Doesn't he still have
Because
play for? I think he still has play for seven, by the way, and I think he had played for seven if he had roughed a club. Certainly, I mean, even when they're 5-0, by the way.
Let's see him make six though.
maybe. So so now if
What
I'm
are you
if I'm
thinking here?
Dan, I'm trying to figure out. I know I need to be able to rough a couple clubs in the dummy. I know I need to be able to. I can't really afford to rough things in my hand anymore. Um, it's I don't know where I go from here, right? Like,
It seems like he might start with ace king queen of diamonds and see what's going on.
yeah, I will, but except that he's going to have to bring in the spades, it seems like, right? And if he has to bring in spades, then the question is, who do you play? You
I
see,
mean,
West
West
has
could
presumably seven
certainly have.
clubs and to the ace king jack 10 or something, right?
Yeah.
Do you also play them for the queen of spades, or do you consider taking a backwards spade finesse?
Right. Right. Well, let's just start thinking about what the possible shapes are, right?
Yeah, three spades
Yeah.
is not out of the ball game. Maybe four spades in West's
Right.
hand,
So
right?
so 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 let's
In
put.
fact, can I do something
Yeah.
for you guys? I want to flip this back around to the exact spot where we're watching it from. Let's get
Yeah,
south
yeah.
north, south north
Sounds
here,
good.
south north. Sorry, guys.
Sounds good.
Better
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
viewers.
Right, for sure. Okay, so it looks like we know for sure West has seven clubs. If they had eight clubs or six clubs, they would not have been three clubs. So they have seven clubs, and so that puts East with two clubs, and we know they have five hearts. So if
Five,
so
three, three,
if
two.
you're right. So first of all, what for them bidding three clubs, the most attractive shape for them to bid three clubs with would be 2047. With that shape, they would love to bid three clubs. Um, and it's still probably not too strong for three clubs with ace king jack of clubs and out. And it looks like the most likely shape is probably 3037 because what was the diamond lead? I believe it was one of the lowest diamond spots.
I can
It
tell
looked
you
like
right
a
here,
third.
Finn.
It looked like a third, fifth low diamond
It
spot.
was the
The two of diamonds. No,
deuce.
no. Yeah, it was the two.
Yep.
Okay. So it looks, and expert players, as usually don't step out. He's probably not leading in a fake diamond. So it looks like he's 7330, or he's 3037. And so that declare has to use that. So the Queen of Spades. It looks like Adam was saying, they might just want to need to guess who has the Queen of Spades.
Yeah, I mean the thing about the queen of spades, though, right, is that if East has the queen of spades and you try to backwards finesse for it, East also has to not have the ten of spades. Whereas if West has the queen of spades, you don't care about any of the others.
And but yeah,
And when you're in a situation where you're pretty sure spades are 3-3, I think he just plays a spade to I think he just plays a spade to the ace and plays for a spade finesse, right?
right, because then he just needs one card. But
Right.
although I don't, I believe they play one club, two clubs is natural as well. And I'm not sure
Really?
that he would be as likely to bid three clubs without the or with the Queen of Spades. That's not
I
that's not
I
clear to me.
I disagree with that. I think when you have ace king jack 10 seventh and you're red white, you have a little leeway on either side as to your strength, and two, you certainly I don't think you can really read into it that much, and you need a really strong inference to start taking a backward spade finesse here, because you're essentially playing for two things to be working instead of one, right? You need
Yes,
at
yes.
least 2-1 odds there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And by the way, I will say that it looks like very poor for Declare that they played this way. If they because they burned an entry and then played a heart to the ace, this looks like the worst possible way they could have started. If they
Based on
had
what
they
we're
roughed a
seeing, yeah.
club, well, I'm not sure this was the right play to be totally honest.
There we go.
Had they roughed a club, I think they would have been in a better position.
Let's
I
just
think
Yeah,
look.
I
what
mean that's from
Whoa,
hey.
whoa,
Okay,
whoa!
so he was leading a fifth best diamond,
Oh my
and
that's
God,
not good.
he's 7-5.
and he's 0157.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay,
So now
so
you have
now
you
at
have an
this
auto
point,
spade heart loser, right?
Right. So
At
and
least,
and and I
yeah.
believe he might have just been was he still just he he might have been okay if he had roughed a club.
I
I'm
think we
still
can. I think we can reveal all the hands now, gentlemen. After seeing that one and just kind of get a peek. But
By the way, now we don't know he even has ace king of clubs. Let's see what's happening here.
there it is.
oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
mean
Yep.
he's wishing he had the ten of spades right about now, because now if he did, then now he actually would be able to pitch two diamonds on the spades and maybe finagle something. there, but now I mean he's down
Yeah.
at this point. Like there's nothing that he can do. And
Wait,
had he started differently, you're right.
wait. So, I mean, so he plays Ace of Diamonds,
Yeah,
and yeah, I guess. I mean, he can
yeah.
play King Jack of Spades and then play Diamond, but he
No,
doesn't
I
have
mean he
enough.
just doesn't have entries. You need to end in the dummy in order to trump coup him, right? And you can't do that because you have
No,
losers in
Well,
hand.
but they might be sort of so what if he plays a heart right now?
They might be end played, but at that point you'll have
So
already
they
lost
have
two
they have to
tricks.
split on the heart.
Okay.
Um and now he roughs the club and plays Ace of Diamonds. Or sorry, right, he roughs it, yeah, roughs the club and plays Ace of Diamonds.
I don't
Um
see it.
so 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 well, so
He has
so
too many
if
losers.
right, but when they rough, either they have to play a heart into him and he claims. Or they play a spade and now he can run all the spades through him. I guess if he plays a spade, he doesn't have enough no, but then he can play diamonds. I guess he doesn't have
Finn,
enough pitches.
Finn
Yeah.
racking the brain for the solution here.
No, I'm not. It's not. Yeah, yeah. He plays ace of diamonds. I think he might be making.
Do you want to see?
Yeah.
No,
No.
no.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess he plays a spade.
Right. I mean, he plays Ace of Diamonds. It's still no good, right?
Yeah.
Right.
This is still the closest match, guys.
Yeah.
If he
Although,
pitches on the ace of diamonds, then he might be good. If they pitch on the ace of diamonds.
Yeah, but that would be strange.
That would be strange. But he's gonna tank. He always tanks.
Yeah. But yeah, I
He
mean,
yeah.
again, so going back to what we were saying about trick one, I'm I'm not really sold on winning the Jack of Diamonds in hand being good because you might need that entry later. So it feels like he might have wanted to win the Ace of Diamonds, and
whoa.
yeah, we your screen share just
Yeah,
ended.
yeah.
That's
I'm looking right
oh,
now.
yes.
Yeah,
It feels
yeah, go on.
yeah, I mean, it feels like he might have wanted to win the Ace of Diamonds,
There we go.
and uh, you know, if he was going to play the Ace of Hearts, do that. I'm not sold on that being the right play. If I am going to win the diamond in hand, I'm probably going to start by roughing a club.
I mean, on
But
a double dummy basis, I think to have any chance of making this, he needed to start by winning Jack of Diamonds and rough a club. I mean, I think that was his only chance. I mean, I'm not even sure that's good enough, but on the hand, that certainly seemed required.
Would you like to see David Granger give this one a shot afterwards?
I would, yeah.
Yeah. So they have just bid to six hearts at the other table. Uh, and we'll just get a little completion here, and we'll see. Michael Rosenberg led the Jack of Clubs.
Yeah. But by the way, this is a good example. I mean, when we say, an expert player like Eddie is going to be incredibly sound, it's like his three club overcall was 7-5, headed by the ace king. I mean, it's like this is a preemptive bid.
Yeah.
So I said the expected was about eight tricks. I mean this might have been more. I mean.
Right, because I'm just so ridiculous shapely wise.
Yeah, but I mean he that the truly I'm not even sure if he would ever even bid three clubs with 7-3-3-0. He might want more shape than that. I mean it's not yeah. Especially I mean that my thinking we realized this wasn't gonna happen. But I mean if he has Queen third of spades, Ace King Jack seventh of clubs, with 7-3-3-0, I do not think he would have bid three clubs. I think he for sure would have started with two clubs.
And you were
yeah,
right. He is
so
thinking.
it's interesting. On a club lead, this hand actually starts to feel a little bit better because now we've actually they've kind of given us a tempo where
You mean here?
yeah, exactly. Right? That they now we've already roughed a club. We're one step closer to potentially and again here they also bid clubs. So we're
It was the
Yeah.
exact
looks
same
at
start.
Kind of no. It went two clubs, which I believe was natural, and then a
That's very
rebid of
different, yeah.
clubs. So
Oh, it
single
shows
suited
this.
clubs. Same thing,
Yeah,
kind
it's
of.
possible they don't play one club, three clubs is natural. And at this vulnerability, I'm convinced that's probably the right thing to do because it's so rare for you to actually bid three clubs.
And now it just
Mhm.
went 3 hearts and then a bunch of stuff
Right.
to 6 hearts. And
So, I mean, I'm not sure this is double dummy making after the ace hearts. I mean, it looks like the idea to make this hand was roughing the third club with the ace of hearts. I mean, that looked like the 12th trick we needed to come home.
that's
But
already gone bye now.
it's not, I mean, I'm not sure he's down, but so now if he roughs a club, or is he just does he just have it now?
And just notice, folks, some people might be saying, hey, why aren't they cashing the king of hearts? Aren't you supposed to do that? Well, the person that has a lot of clubs is in that West player's chair, right? So if they're getting a bad break in hearts,
Right.
it's going to be in that direction. So
So he played
that's why
this
that's going
incredibly
on.
quickly and he roughed with the seven of hearts. Okay, so he's playing a
But he's just
diamond and
Oh,
a
playing
he's got a
Zach
jack.
for six
double hook.
clubs, I think,
Yeah.
isn't it? Oh no, I see. I see.
This looks, I mean, on the because of what the hand is, it looks like a really weird play. I mean, I guess if East is following to a couple diamonds, this is good. But it looks like they're not. I mean, Zach with two clubs and three clubs on the, so it looks like he's got to be, at least 7-4, and it's more likely to include, well, I
Colonel's
guess it
still
could easily,
thinking at
yeah.
the other table, by the way.
And it's more likely to include it looks like to me it's more likely to include
Did you hear
diamonds than
that?
spades.
Colonel's
Yes, yes.
still thinking about what to do on the ace of diamonds, so I'll keep you posted.
Right, if he pitches, then not now this is claiming. So, it's an important trick.
Hmm. In fact, why don't we do this for a second if we can? In fact,
Oh,
let's
they
do
have
something.
the split, yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna go
So,
split screen?
Yeah. I'm gonna go split screen. I just want to get it on the
All right.
right thing here. That's just gonna give us a good look at exactly what's happening at both tables, and I believe
Yeah.
right.
we have a play
So,
from the Colonel.
from here, with Michael just roughs the heart, plays Jack of Hearts. This is easily down.
There you go. I'll
Wow.
get you that multi-table
Oh,
view.
okay, he roughed. Okay. Oh no, he pitched on the first one.
He did.
So now that it's making. It's claiming, in fact,
On the left, you're talking about.
on the left. So
Watch it, guys. Here it comes.
Yeah,
Spade to the
because now
nine.
he's
See
right.
you
He
later.
gets end played, and
Yep.
yeah,
And then he's
yeah. So
Adam, remember I said if he needs to do it, and you said, well, why wouldn't he rough?
Adam, this would have been a good gambling time for you and Finn.
it would have
We
been.
needed to gamble here. This is
I know my customers. I'm better off betting Larry than I am Finn.
yeah. Finn, he bet Larry, or Larry said there's no chance anyone's playing anything but three no trump on this hand, and there was one pair and four no trump on a hand the other day. And
How much did Adam make?
uh, undisclosed.
I
I
made
didn't
one
ask.
law of total tricks book,
All
which is
right,
a unit of currency now.
so let's flash
Yeah,
back
it looks like
to just this table here while they finish off six hearts. Sorry, Adam, you were going to say something, but
well, no, just it looks like Joel kind of, or sorry, Granger he cashed the heart and kind of, he had no real path to making at that point anyway. So
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. This whole play seemed a little weird from David to me, but obviously
he
on a
just
normal
he
eye.
puts Zach on a certain sort of hand, and it was just wildly different because it's just such a wacky hand, or just
So I mean, what it looks like to me, right, is like, it looks like to me he played the for many rounds of diamonds to live, and maybe that's what he needed. I mean, it's possible if we analyze that you can never make on it, like after he started
right,
by rough playing ace hearts, he was just down on the if this is the
right. No
shape.
matter what the heck
But
happened,
however, it looks like much more likely to me that this hand includes, either set. So actually, maybe if it was 7-4, but yeah, I don't think he was even making if to me it looks like most likely shape is Zach is 7, two
well, the
o
most
four
important thing
seven.
is look at the score, guys. It's
Yeah.
1.5 imps difference. And what do we have? We have 9 boards left, it looks like.
Yep, I think this West hand is a perfect example of a hand that's a little bit better than 17, but because a no trump is a good bid, it's still, better to open this hand to no trump, and
This is puppet
obviously the
stamen,
diamonds are very
probably.
bad. Yeah, this is puppet Stamen. Uh, Zach will bid three
There we
clubs,
go.
three no probably, unless they play something strange, and it looks
Yep.
like this is going to make quite a few tricks.
King of
Most
diamonds,
likely is
stiff.
12. It looks like 12 tricks is going to be made in 3-0. They're going to play lead a spade to the queen, a diamond, and then just concede a spade. If um if they duck the spade, then now North. Oh, actually, technically they might be able to make six on this hand by squeezing North. Uh,
Juster is in six hearts redoubled on that board Ewan is talking about.
wow, that's
Well,
That could
but
interesting.
if he got doubled, then
now he
he has
knows
a
he's getting a
shot.
5-0 break, right? You guys want
Right.
to you want to sweat?
Yeah.
Let's stay here rather than
Yeah,
jumping around.
perfect, perfect,
But
perfect. But I'll keep an
because
eye on it. I'll keep an eye on it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it looks like at least the way that the play went for him, he seems to be down one. But um,
Right.
I didn't quite see exactly where things went. But I think with the double, he certainly had a shot at making it because when you know that trumps are 5-0, it starts to feel pretty good
So
to
so it was
do not burn the ace of hearts.
club lead roughed, ten of hearts held,
That seems like a good start.
diamond of the jack, diamond of the queen rough.
So what I yeah, so I think I think double dummy at that point had he could have made it
After
certainly.
after ten of hearts just holds, you could
So
have
yeah,
just
so
been
so
double.
oh my wow. Okay, Queen of Diamonds. This was so it turns out this was actually technically a two-trick loss. They probably wouldn't have played for it, but when West runs all five of his diamonds and three rounds of hearts, North has to give up two tricks on their fifth discard. They can pitch four spades, and then on their last one, they either have to give up two club tricks or pitch their king of spades and concede two spade tricks. Or well, I
Yeah,
mean, not that that's necessary, but.
yeah. So the other table though only made 12, so this will
Yeah,
just be a one imp
right.
loss.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean,
But
it's normal to, it's probably the most normal player just to concede a spade and claim your 12 because for this to even gain a trick, you need them to have four clubs and queen fourth of clubs exactly and the king of spades. Otherwise, it's not gaining a trick. And yeah, so there's not really any reason to play for this. And sometimes you might be losing a trick. So.
And here it
This
goes
is just
again.
going to claim and Zach can beer. So if North ducked, then they weren't getting it, so they couldn't duck to block against the beer.
The beer card, by the way, folks. Zach would get to win the seven of diamonds in the realistic card play situation, so these three guys owe him a beer, and now everybody watching does too.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cup of water.
You take your time. Uh, Adam, the speed
yes.
at which Finn just figured out half of the hands is a little bit scary for me.
Well, I think hands like that, you sort of you see what's going on. There's
Yeah, you
what's the
see a
hand
future
about pretty quickly,
and what's going
and
to happen, but
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's not he's certainly faster than I am on a
it
lot of
feels
these things,
Gru-ish
but
in that way, just like that, just like blah 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 blah.
a little bit. So interesting here, Zach choosing to pass over a heart rather than
With
bid
his
two
5-5,
clubs.
yeah.
Um,
Now
hearing his
he
opponent.
sees two clubs to his left, which is kind of probably a nebulous
Well,
one, right?
the first thing he has to be thinking is where are all the spades, right? Because he knows that North has at most four of them, or at most three of them, right? And he knows South has at most four of them. So he actually knows
He
already in his hand that Michael has six spades
which
and
means he
was
has a terrible
favorable.
hand.
Well, right, and Michael was favorable over a diamond. He
Yeah,
knows that Michael has six spades and didn't bid. And so that should keep him safely out of the auction for the entire duration of it. Because he basically knows. He knows the shape, right?
Yeah, after this start to the auction, he's kind of
Yeah.
clued in that, which has advantages too. Like at least in the play, they're not going to necessarily know right away what the heck's going on until he
I
shows
mean,
Right.
all the spades.
even after a diamond has a heart, he was pretty sure that Michael had five spades, right?
Yeah,
Um, and
three
so
mizzle.
he he might be tempted to double, but he should know better because again, Michael didn't bid with six bad spades or with six spades, so they must be bad. And yes, he maybe has five tricks, but with four clubs coming in the dummy, his clubs aren't quite good enough. So I
Right.
think he'll
Yeah.
leave the
I don't even think he was. I mean, I doubt he really considered doubling here.
no, no, but
I think this is a good example of just vulnerability for defense. Like they were red and he's white, so he has so much defense over a heart. So and because of their vulnerability, he's happy to defend. I mean, had the vulnerability been switched, or if everyone was white, he almost certainly would have overcalled two clubs.
mhm.
Joel's pretty good at playing
Yeah.
three no trump. If I'm
So
Right.
yeah, here
Zach was
he's going to
hoping
be
for
a
king
little
and a club and
disappointed.
south.
Well, he'll be a little disappointed that Michael doesn't have a double twin club, because this five is going to be won by the six of clubs, presumably. No, I mean, stick in the eight or something
yeah,
from
maybe.
dummy. But he's
So
essentially
that
just hoping that Joel has a king double twin of clubs, so now he
right.
can, hopefully get in with the ace of hearts and run clubs.
Right. So, but after this trick, it will actually be a claim. It should be a claim because he can just
Because he's
concede the king of hearts and he has 11 tricks. He has four spades, three diamonds, two clubs, and two hearts. So he doesn't need to play any more tricks.
Yes,
yep.
but he's going to think a moment because he's maybe a little bit concerned that Zach has led ace from ace queen jack third fourth or something, and that maybe he needs to fly 10. That's my guess. In fact, I think he should fly 10, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think but it's reasonable.
yeah. I mean,
I mean, obviously, although yeah, I mean, I think yeah, probably you should buy 10, and then if it goes jack, then he ducks it or whatever. No, well, no, then he should
no,
win.
yeah. I
And
mean,
it is not
you
duck
win
it.
it and
Yes.
you win it and drive a heart, and when they don't play a club back, you claim, right? And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
if they
Well,
play
no,
a club
what?
back, you're still making it because
Well, then
they
no,
don't.
if he
That
plays
means
10
clubs are
Jack, he
four
should
two.
duck it. Well, if he plays 10 Jack, he should definitely duck it, I think.
Why?
Because then if West has four clubs and the ace of hearts, then they don't get to take it.
There's that result at the other table there. Three don't make five. And apparently, as I hear, Cranyak is in two spades doubled on this hand in the East chair, I believe.
Two spades
Uh,
doubled.
that is
That does
not a
not
happy
look like
place to
a
be.
happy
Two spades
spot.
doubled, yeah. Yeah. That match is not out of shouting distance. It's only 32, and this will be probably a presumable swing there. So
Oh yeah, yeah, not at all.
Ah, I see. They tried
And
to
and
penalize. They've tried to penalize Vince in two clubs, and Cran ran to two spades.
yeah,
but
And
by the way, I believe it's is it 22 or 32 that is the difference? Is it oh did they
it's
win?
32.
Oh, it's 30. Oh, okay.
oh,
I
so
see that one. A swing just came in for Rosenthal.
did
Okay,
I
so it's
did I
30.
say 32 or 22?
No, you said
You said 32.
32.
Okay, thank
No,
goodness.
but I looked on mine and it said 22, but a swing
Oh,
hadn't come in.
yeah, yeah. It sometimes there's also just you need to refresh a bit. Same
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
guys watching at home if anything doesn't come right through. Wow. We'll keep an eye on all the scores for sure, but that could be an exciting whatever. We could have a lot of things to look at the end here, guys.
Okay, so now he's gonna claim. He decided he was gonna really go for the over tricks here.
We did
I mean,
score the
if this
six
gets
though. Yeah.
ducked, if this get well, he could have just claimed five, but now I mean he played it out for seemingly no reason. I mean, but whatever. I mean, it wasn't gonna cost him a trick.
Yeah. There it is, chopping action there.
Mhm.
All right. This is you guys when you get toward the end, are you thinking about like how the set looks on your card, or are you just kind of
Yeah.
saying next hand, let's go? I mean, you kind of have to know a little bit, or do you just find that
Well,
whatever?
it's a combination. It's like if it, I feel like most of the time, like, well, sometimes if you're down a lot of imps going into the set, then you need to be thinking about that absolutely. If you're,
Yeah,
if you're, and then if the match was close and a bunch of bad results, then you might feel like you need to have some better results. But I mean, other than that, if it's close, then you just want to, play your A game and hope,
Yeah.
whatever happens, happens.
Same for you, Adam,
Yeah.
or do you thinking a little
I
bit
mean,
of strategy sometimes as you need to, but
I look pretty carefully at what what our scores are, what I
yep,
think,
and your expectations.
especially in close matches and so on. I'm trying to see or trying to gauge, are we ahead? Are we behind? If I think it's not clear, or maybe we're a little up, maybe we're a little down. I'm sort of playing down the middle, normal, whatever, right?
Yep, yep.
But if it feels like we're really far ahead, right, I might take a lower
Take
variance action.
yep.
Or if it feels like we're behind, I might push a little bit. But the thing to be careful with, especially in these last quarters where you you can only do so much, and you do have teammates, right? You have
Yes.
good
Yeah.
teammates who are at the other table also trying to win.
Yep.
And so sometimes, stepping out and doing something a little crazy winds up backfiring simply because your teammates had a great card, and if you weren't busy
If you were just kind
chucking
of doing, yeah,
20
yeah, right,
imps,
right,
everything
right.
would have been great,
So
right?
yeah, try not to
Um,
make too many assumptions, but it is kind of nice to know in general strategically what you might want to be doing, like holding the
Yeah.
ball sort of situation,
exactly,
so to speak.
exactly.
For sure, for sure. And
Yeah.
but so on this hand, East West were absolutely cold for four hearts against which was missed. In spades, they're cold for four unless South leads their Doubleton heart, which North ducks. And then because South has three spades and a Doubleton heart, they have to draw all three rounds of trumps, and so now they can't afford to duck a club to rough their club loser and dummy.
They're
So they
currently in
needed to
four
route to
hearts at
four
the other
heart,
table, by the way. So
which is completely cold. So this will be in a 10 imps, at least 10 imps. It could even be. Could this make five? No, it can't. I don't think it can make
well, we'll
five.
take
So it looks like
It's a little close,
we'll
but yeah.
take a look. They're
So,
they're winding up at that table, but let me just report that at the in the Rosenthal match, Cran 1100 down, and now we have a 22 imp spread there, I believe, if I'm looking
okay.
at the right score.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep,
it doesn't feel
22.
great, but who among us hasn't gone for 1100
I
before?
mean,
It happens.
speaking of Rosenthal, I played with Andrew in a and
Uh, we our feed just got we
you know
lost a
what
bunch of the
just
hands there.
happened.
no. It's good. We're going back. It looks like.
No, my feed did that, guys. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Uh, whoa, just not getting anything from Lovebridge here. In fact, we're seated all over the table. Okay, there we go,
Okay.
guys. I think we're back
So
at it. Sorry about that.
no,
Interesting.
no.
Uh, my screens went
Okay.
dark for about
So
half a second there, so
yeah.
we'll
All right.
just load
So
these
yeah, I
guys.
mean, this is uh, Zach had a maximum, and Michael had a maximum, and
Yeah.
And there's your score there.
I
that's the
think
way
I
it
think this
goes.
is a hand that most people playing constructive races would bid three hearts over two spades with, but it's maybe it's not right. It's like you're really pushing for quite an aggressive full game, and you really
I'm
needed to catch kind of the perfect cards from partner. And if hearts are 4-1, you might still go down.
I'm confident that if Michael's Queen of Diamonds was anywhere else, he would have. But his actual hand, yes, it's 15, but it's a pretty shoddy 15 with the Jack of Hearts only, and the stiff Queen of Diamonds and so on.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
like if
and
you gave him
so
anything more, like let's say you gave him the 10 of hearts, now it's like a clear three heart bid. But without the texture, it's you need things to go right. I mean, you could have gone down here. Probably if either major suit is 4-1, you're likely going down in four hearts.
yeah, so this is going to be sort of a quiet one, no, but it's going to be interesting. Sort of what declarer chooses to pitch on 3 rounds of hearts here. And similarly, depending on what declarer pitches, it feels like
They
they're
have
going to
a
have a little
read
bit
on the
more
defense,
handling to
right?
do.
I
Whether or
right.
not they
It
can.
actually seems like it might be cold because no matter what, they shift to something.
Well,
Oh wait,
would
I
you pitch a
see.
club and a diamond
You
on
Oh
this?
no, I see. No, I forgot. No, so I read. So West is also kind of slightly squeezed on the last one. Yeah.
more than slightly.
You start with a
West is
club,
getting
diamond. Yeah, and
West
then
is having a very, very bad time
just gonna have to choose which
on these
suits you don't want
hearts.
to take extra tricks in, basically.
Right. And if pitches diamonds, which might be kind of intuitive, right? I mean, you almost could imagine pitching 3 rounds of diamonds even. Um, but even then, then you wind up not, they play a diamond and then you take a losing spade finesse and you go down, right? If West pitches 2 diamonds and a club, now they still have a diamond loser that they haven't managed to get rid of, and they're still going to take a losing spade finesse. So they're certainly not cold. I think if anything, they're very likely to go down.
No, I mean, I was thinking that, what they had to either give them two tricks, whether, or, they could either set it up. But yeah, on this one, I think Zach is just gonna quickly pitch a spade, most likely. Or no, is that, yeah, or what can he do here?
I
No,
mean,
I
a
mean,
spade is probably his best shot.
Yeah.
well, I'm just surprised that
Oh,
this is a
pitch a
slow
diamond.
dis. Well, not. I'm surprised that this was a slow discard from him because like it seemed like this is kind of something you want to have planned out so you don't give anything away on the discard.
So here, Joel pitched the 7 of spades and then the 2 of spades. So the question is, I guess to me that seems like it might be a little bit of mild club suit preference, if anything. Um, but here, of course, Granger needs to play a diamond to
And he's
build their
seen the
diamond
declare
trap.
pitch 3 diamonds.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Just, yeah, and there it is.
Exactly.
And Joel's going to know to just play low here, and there you go.
Yeah.
right. Yeah, it was quite indicated because I mean, what Jack I think should know. So I'm not sure this was the best discard, but I mean, he had play obviously either way. Um,
Yeah,
but
I think he probably should throw a spade, and that means that Granger's going to have to give him one trick in one of the suits, and presumably that'll be clubs, and then he'll have to sort of guess slash navigate, how to time, how to order the other suits, whether or not he's going to
yeah.
play for an end play or try to build a diamond trick and dummy and so on.
So Eddie's about to have the
But
same choice on the last heart. I'll update you
Yeah.
there. But
yeah,
And by the way, it's worth mentioning this table that was has been a team for the last three team trials. This is the first year Granger and Woldridge aren't on Leibowitz anymore, so this is kind of like a revenge match.
oh, we didn't know we had this. So
yes, that's a good table for that.
yes,
So
nice.
so again, all of the opponents are bidding all of our suits, but here, especially equal white, I feel like I'm a one no trump bidder.
Yeah, because you're
I think
really
Yeah, and
solid
so
15.
this is an obvious tilt bid by Zach. This is
Mhm.
not a one diamond opener in their system. So we'll see how it works. I mean, South will probably bid one no trump, and it looks like they'll play in two hearts with so not certainly not a bad thing for East West. So it looks like it didn't backfire too much. East, I mean, Michael will probably know not to bid anything over
What's a
two trump.
good update from the chat is Cran and Vince bid 4 hearts on that one hand to get the 10 back they lost in the 1100s. So no harm, no
yeah,
foul. 2 boards in a row. Ship 10 one way, ship it another, back to even.
yeah. That I mean but that's the thing is that you have one bad board and it really in a match like this not only can you recover but you
Yeah,
need to be able to recover,
yeah.
right?
Right.
You
Immediately.
can't go for 1100 and say okay, that's it, we're
Yeah,
done, right? The
exactly.
match is over. No, not at all. And in fact, one
Yes.
board later, the match is not only not over, but
It's
you're
right
you're
back on
back
schedule.
exactly where you
Yep,
were almost.
yep.
Um, and Four Hearts is one that I guess they earned that swing, right?
Yeah,
It's not that it fell into their lap or something. No, you earned the 1100. You earned this swing.
yep,
Yeah.
Off
exactly.
you go.
So, I mean, could East reasonably bid here? I mean, the only reason they would double is if they hope, I mean, they want to defend two hearts doubled. I mean, and I mean, it doesn't seem like they can play it as a penalty double. However, I mean, it depends what the double over, one no is. If
I, I,
West is denied two spade,
There you
yeah.
go.
I
Everybody
cannot
playing twos.
imagine doubling his East. I have a singleton ace of diamonds. The last thing in the world I want is for a partner to get
Well, if it's a
diamonds.
pen, if it could be a penalty double.
I would be surprised if that's the
Well,
case.
because the logic is like if you play like especially here at all white is the most if you play support doubles after support double if one's partner hasn't made a support double it's reasonable to now play penalty doubles because partner's denied a fit already.
Why? Am I not allowed to have five spades? I want to play a 5-2 fit or something in a minor. I don't know. This just seems like a stretch to me. But anyway, so in two hearts here, it seems like looking at this dummy, Michael's going to be pretty eager to put a spade through, and the defense will be able to separate their trumps a little bit. Um, Probably
Right.
wind up
So
losing.
is it looks like West doesn't necessarily have to have the king of spades, and South might just need to pray that they do. But
Oh, what other hope do they have here?
right, it looks like almost 0% though. I mean, you need yeah, I mean it looks very unlikely that they have, East has the king
I,
of spades.
I'm confused. East has the king of hearts. What's wrong with that being the king of spades?
Well,
They just bid them
Zach
after all.
opened a non-opening hand, so I mean
Well,
it
he's not far off. He's the jack of clubs off.
I mean, yeah, it's possible, but I mean, I certainly. So it's get if they win the Queen of Spades, it might not even blow a trick for Declare. I mean, I mean, I'm not sure what they'll play back
I
either.
mean, I think you're for declaring not to play the queen of spades would be really strange. Um,
Well, yeah, well,
and
even if they know it's offside.
what prayer does he have of doing anything? The king of spades isn't on side.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
we
agree.
saw that
The
11.
spade,
We saw the 1100 push earlier. Someone in the chat's talking about it. Call
yes,
it 2-6, two
yes,
wheels, something like that. What was it?
sticks and wheels,
Two
yes.
sticks.
Yeah, I mean
Oh, uh, spade to the
I guess
ace.
the eight of spades was maybe a little bit convincing. I'm still surprised that he did, but
Yeah. I mean, according to you, Jay, I mean, well, it must be an insane fight.
What's that?
well, I mean, I don't see. Maybe the eight of spades is convincing enough, but it feels like nothing really good is happening here. The only reason I can see that he might be thinking this is he's hoping Zach has the ace king of hearts. But even then, it still feels right to play the queen of spades to me.
They're still
Well,
playing one
well,
no trump on the other board, board 55 at the other table. So we're a little ahead here.
Okay.
yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose he's
Yeah, there
trying
you
to
go.
to
Yes.
set up or draw the trumps and pitch the club before they knock out the ace king of clubs. Not that, well, yeah. So a spade back, and it looks like he might be able to get a pitch, but they're gonna get one easy diamond rough right now if they want it.
Nickel comfortably ahead so far by 49 now, after really kind of being down most of the match and very tight even in the last set until the last probably 5 or 6 boards.
I think the two of spades is very telling that Michael wants a diamond rough. Uh, he doesn't need to give it now, so there's not really it doesn't look like it matters much. I mean, can playing a club help them? Playing a
Well, he doesn't.
club
He
playing a club
doesn't
actually
know.
is good for them, I believe.
He doesn't know that Michael doesn't have two trump.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like he could. It's unlikely, but Declare could have a stiff club, and Michael could have six clubs.
Right, but
Or
the
Michael
way
could
the
have
playing's gone
five
is a little
spades.
weird.
But Michael could also have five spades, right? And so in his mind he needs to give this rough now because he may not get another chance to.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but I don't think the other shape is as possible as it seems, but certainly agree. So here he's just going to, I guess, he can just win the king of clubs and play a heart and get out for down one. Um, is that clear? I mean, it looks like actually no matter, I mean, is there any way to not get out down? I mean, it's like almost every line will succeed from here.
Well, now he's seen the King of Hearts from Michael, the Ace of Diamonds. He probably can be pretty sure Zach has the Ace Jack of
Right, he's
Hearts
probably
left,
gonna play
but
Ace King Ruff a
Here
club
we go.
and then
yeah,
Ruff a spade.
yeah. I mean, there's no need for him to actually speculate about that or muck around because he can do this pretty safely. He
Yeah,
knows.
yeah, certainly.
Now he just puts a trump on the table.
Yep.
All right,
So yeah.
down. So at the other table, they're very it's I can say I'm certain they're not gonna open the West Hand.
You want to?
Um,
Whoa! Do you want to action? Eddie Wold sitting west, Adam. I don't know. That seems like a pretty.
I mean, there are certain statements that when you say them, you're correct. Like the sky is blue, and Eddie won't open that hand.
And
And
that
I think
okay,
both of
got it.
those are
So there's
about
no
the
action to
same.
be had
Yeah,
here. Finn, you got to
no.
come up with a better line, man. That was too much of a your favor there. But if he opens it, I'm going to be very happy.
Yes, I'm sure. And I'll
so
be a
I
little
get
disappointed I missed out
But I
on
like that
something.
you
But
did
I,
say that Zach it was a tilt opening. Like he's just he's fired up a little bit. So uh,
I mean I don't even know if it was like
I'm
I
just
mean
kidding.
I don't even know if well I don't know if it was even a tilt opening, but I think it looks like they haven't had a
Look at
great
this hand.
set so far. Yeah, so Joel is gonna respond to no Trump. He could bid two spades. It wouldn't be
He did
ridiculous,
better no Trump.
but a no Trump is very normal.
And West
Um,
what do
West
you
stays
do
out
over
of
two
this
hearts from partner?
obviously.
so over two. Well,
Over
they
three
this is not
hearts.
exactly. So they
They have
play
an agreement
Gazilli.
here.
Right,
So
right. They
so
play Gazilli, so they don't have this problem. But if you don't have that, or just in general, if you have this hand and partner bids two hearts, what do you do?
Two no.
Right.
Or
I'm a two spade bidder personally.
you'd bid two spades right away.
Yeah. I will know. I'm a two spade after partner rebid two hearts. I think.
Yeah, yeah. I guess your
Right.
your rebid is pretty easy
You
on any
because
other event.
you have
I
to
would bid two
cater
spades
to
as well. Yeah.
yeah you have to cater to partner having a hand that's bidding again.
Right.
So even though it looks a little weird, and even though you
yeah, you're
almost
four
have an
four three
invite,
two.
right? Your minor suits are bad enough that you don't really have. You can't really bid two now. I don't think.
Right. So we're gonna. I believe we're gonna. So East has an interesting lead problem. He could lead either a trump, or he could lead the six of clubs. I mean, those look like the
The,
two. Looks like
everything
the.
else, yeah, looks like it
I
would
mean, he could
possibly
lead
be better.
even. He could lead like the queen of clubs or something. But that's. I mean, it wouldn't be crazy given the auction, but it seems a little hard.
There's a
So
nice
Yeah,
passive
I mean,
early there.
well, it's not so much passive as it is that his. I think it's the
He
nine
bet
of
spades
spades
and hearts also.
that's doing a lot of work,
right,
right?
and
Yeah.
so it
If
turns
he
out,
only had
yeah,
king empty fourth of spades, he wouldn't be so worried about I need to stop declarer from roughing things.
right,
It's more that
He
with
has
king
dangerous
nine
flip
fourth, it's
tricks.
more likely he has two spade tricks or something
right.
similar, where now declarer actually being able to take roughs is quite impactful.
There we
So it
go.
turns out this was quite. It was a very bad lead for their side though, because now there's no guess for declare. I mean, they're just gonna rough a spade with the king and they can claim 10 tricks. I mean it was basically cold on probably they would always make it, but this was certainly the easiest lead for them to claim 10.
Yeah,
So it'll be a
sometimes you
shorter
make
10
a
tricks.
good lead that makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah, yeah.
I think there's something to be said for making a technically correct lead.
Which this
I
rates to
mean,
be most of the time anyway.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I agree, but it's also but I mean, leading a club certainly, could be working well as well. It's, good leading
Whatever
anything could be
opening leads
right,
can
so
work well no matter what the heck they are, right?
yeah.
So, but yeah,
Yeah, yeah, it isn't. I would say it is a pretty normal hard lead. Yeah.
yeah. Well, you also you don't really want to touch either of the minor suits, right? I mean, a club why a club versus a diamond, right? You find ace king clubs in the dummy and have two cashing diamonds, but
Yeah, yeah. Maybe you're supposed to lead a
it's
diamonds.
but I think that's again
it's secondary
don't
to the
deal
Trump
with
being
any of that. You lead
amazing.
a trump.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
If you had something else that was a standout choice, okay, I maybe understand it.
Right,
But
but it's hard to know what like it could be that a Trump lead is really helpful for them. So I just I'm not sure it's so clear, but it does seem like the most normal lead to me. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, so that he's gonna rough this with the king and basically, I don't think he really has anything else to do. He can just draw trumps and he'll put ace of diamonds and a diamond or something and hope that
Right.
it's shopping. I
Well,
mean, he could duck a
well,
diamond, but I don't think that's gonna help him. So
it's worth noting that at match points, or if you were not being careful, right, you might take a diamond finesse.
Yeah.
Well, because this is your last time in the dummy, and if you do that, you go down in this,
Yeah.
right? Because East wins the diamond and gives
Trans.
partner a rough with their eight of hearts. Now that they've kind of carefully preserved, right?
yeah, yeah.
So this is the sort of hand that at match points Declare would have a difficult problem because they'd be trying to take as many tricks as they possibly can, potentially even risking the contract. Whereas at Imps, Declare played safe and said, "Okay, I have my 10 tricks. I'll take my outside chance at 11 and go home."
Mhm.
We're a board ahead of the other table. They're just
Yeah, this is a very nice result for North South. I mean it's if you don't play Gazilli, then I mean, probably
yes.
most normal is a spade and no trump, two hearts, two spades, and North probably would pass. I mean, again, there's a lot of ways it could go differently. They could easily bid three hearts over two spades, or South could, make a very aggressive bid, but it's certainly a reasonable option to just play in two spades North South.
Fleischer played four hearts at both tables.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, if you
So
either play
if you have
precision,
methods,
if you play precision or Gazilli, then this problem is solved. But if you play neither, then
or are
they
you ready?
then
Here's a non-Gazilli four heart, a spade and no trump, two hearts, two spades, three hearts, four hearts.
right, exactly.
Now
So they bid three hearts,
they
but
are
that
down.
was the
They are down
problem.
like 200 at this point, so you can understand why they're a little aggressive. So
No, but
Well, I mean,
but three hearts
that's
might
a
be the right bid
normal,
anyways. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean you
right?
have
But
bidding
really good
price.
hearts. If you didn't have the 10-9 of hearts, it would be. I
Actually,
kind of
it
you have
is the
really
same
strong
auction. Kevin
hearts.
and Johnny Hurd had the same auction at the other table, but I guess they could have some methods where they're getting some inferences that we're not aware
I
of.
mean, sir, if you play Gazilli and you bid two hearts, then it would be a problem because you might play there.
But
Well, if you play Gazilli and you bid two hearts, then you don't play Gazilli.
Right, right.
That's like you and modern style one way or the other is to have at least one of these available. I would say Gazilli is one of those things that was not really popular or even much in use in the US up until the last five or so years. And so basically, since Finn has been playing bridge, this is I feel like an old man here,
well, Finn,
being like, well, before
yeah,
you started playing bridge, things were different.
yeah,
But,
back in my
but
day,
but for real, like Gazilli was one of those treatments that was not at all popular and was sort of seen as like a European thing, and only has sort of risen in
whoa,
popularity
we're
quite
playing one
recently.
spade double,
Um, yeah, seems reasonable to me.
yeah. Diamond and
I'm
spade, pass,
I'm
pass,
I'm
double,
not
all pass.
I'm not thrilled with Zach's hand to defend a spade, but
Well, it's a pretty good choice based on the options that were provided, right?
Right. So,
well, you could bid a no trump, but they're
yeah.
red and
And
it's
like,
not crazy.
does Zach maybe think the match is not going amazingly well for them, or like,
Well, we can look at their scorecard. I mean, it looks like it hasn't been going. It looks like it hasn't been going great for them.
but I mean, from his perspective, how would he know that based
Right,
on what
right,
we've
right,
seen so
right. Well,
far?
if we look at the imps
Yeah,
that they lost 11 imps because their teammates failed to cash the first five clubs against 3 no. So that was certainly not not at
So
their
they
table.
won't certainly won't know
sorry,
that. Yeah,
can we go back to the play in one spade?
yeah, let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah, because I think it's actually quite interesting
Yeah, yeah. And then
because
they
now
lost, yes.
So diamond to the ace.
all right, diamond to the ace. So now he's actually gonna get to rough a diamond in the dummy, and then is five of spades probably won't be good enough for an end play here. So he'll come to a diamond rough and three spade tricks probably,
It looks like it's making one to me. I mean,
um, and the ace of hearts.
so if
Yeah,
you
you got
play,
two.
so I mean, what is he's gonna what should he play now? I mean, what's best for them? I mean, it's it looks like they have to give so if they I mean if they just shift to spades and give him their natural spade trick, he has five spades, a heart and a die. So they get, or force no, then he's down. Okay, so they can they it
Right,
looks like
right.
make it down one, yeah.
Yes, it should be down one.
Oh, I see. And
The
yeah.
spade spots are just quite good enough for Zach. Is if you switch the 6 and 5 of spades, for example, there's maybe a little bit more of a worry.
Oh, yeah,
But
yeah.
here it doesn't seem like there's going to be much for him to do. He's going to he's going to wind up losing, or well, he just doesn't have tricks, right? He has two heart losers, two club losers, a diamond
Yeah, yeah.
loser, and two spade
Yeah,
losers.
if the hand was the same, but West had the Jack of Diamonds, this is just down two off the top. I mean, they just need to shift to a spade and play nine of spades. And because the Jack of Diamonds is on side, eventually they have to give him that. But yeah.
I'm very confused. The declarer won the first trick and played a diamond, right? They didn't ever get a chance to. Zach would have had to lead a club in order to sort of give a chance for that. But declarer is obviously not taking the spade finesse. They have their diamond rough.
Oh, so they're just gonna take the diamond rough to guarantee down one. Okay, right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you rough your loser with the last trump and dummy, and then you look
Yeah,
at it
yeah.
and say, what else should I
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
do?
Okay.
So
And
now he
East
has
knows the
four. It
shape,
is
so
four
East is
little things, and eventually, again, because his spades aren't quite good enough, he doesn't really have much hope of any
yeah,
sort of end play or anything else good happening. He's just kind of
right.
Yeah,
he's
and
going to wind
in
up.
the chat on Twitter, thanks for letting us know. There's something. There could be a swing going on. In fact, we'll figure it out right now. They're on the 5-5 spade hard hand with ace queen third of diamonds and void and clubs right now.
Hmm.
One table's played two spades, and the other table is deciding what to do right now. But
You're talking about in Rosenthal Bramley, you mean?
yeah, talking about Roosevelt Bramley, it's 25 imps right
Yes,
now, so they've crept a little closer, and this would make it at
yes,
least shouting distance with a few boards left.
Right.
yes.
And which table played two spades?
And Wolberg
Willenkin
played two
opened a
spades.
Oh,
spade,
okay, so
three
right.
bid two hearts, and passed over two spades.
Right. So,
So
a
it's
reasonable action.
Right, with
yes,
the
certainly
one we talked about.
reasonable. Yep.
Okay, and from here this will just be a claim. I mean, he can play any card and it'll have the same result.
There it is.
Yes.
So
And
200.
the nice thing about this format, by the way, is you might say, oh, Joel wasn't sure, maybe why did he claim down one when he might have been able to make it if spades were friendly or something.
They
But
talked.
you can all right, like, you can also talk to the person in your room
Yeah,
and
and
literally
figure it
tell
out.
them like, I have these cards. How did I do, or so, or where is the king of spades, or whatever, whatever the
Right,
question is.
right. Well, at the table as well, at the table, Zach would have just shown his cards and it would have been claimed as well.
Yeah,
So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
um,
But yeah, you can do a little bit more because you're just in a room with one person.
yes.
In
So here
fact,
we see there's sort of a bit of
I could show you how two
a
pairs do it
misfit
right
that
now. In fact, I'm gonna just take a second and show you how Larry and Bob Hammond look just sitting at tables together. And then there's one with Zia and Simpson, and I'm gonna share that with you guys as well. I will bring that picture over, but these two are laying in a bed under the covers with their tablets playing bridge against each other. I thought that was a nice
This
sight to
year?
see. Yeah, yeah. So
Well, this year I didn't think it would be as common because they gave you the Chromebooks. Last year it was with tablets, so
yeah. Well, at least I think this was from this year, but maybe it was an older picture. But it's a pretty funny one. So a diamond, two spades. You guys are okay with that with Granger's hand, right?
oh yeah, because it was a past hand. Because it was a past hand,
Because partners passed, yeah.
it's a somewhat normal two spade bid. You could be, either one spade or three spades are still in the game. I mean, three spades is just probably too aggressive though, to be honest. Yeah, if it goes double all pass, you're really regretting it. So I think three spades would be an overbid.
So what's Michael thinking? Are you gonna try to piece off a little three no trump or?
Well, I think from this he could, yeah, he certainly could. He
Oh,
needs
yeah,
from my hand, I would probably want to be feeling like I want to play a minor,
Right. Yeah.
but
And you
but
may
also
just be
yeah,
tapped out at trick two and have to lose a trick, right?
right. But you don't need much to make 3-0, so I think he probably will bid 3-0, but
I'm not
it's
so
yeah.
sure about that,
Adam.
right?
Okay, here we go. Wager time. Will he bid three
Well,
no
so
trump?
I don't think he will, because I think that. partner couldn't bid three. Partner didn't bid 3-0 themselves. First of all, second of all, I'm 7-3. I need either the ace of clubs from partner,
And partner
or
did
I
just rebid
need
diamonds.
diamonds. Partner's diamonds to run. When I have a pretty good
There's your
hand.
four
Let's
diamond
say,
bid.
yeah, exactly. I have a pretty good
Yeah,
hand for a minor suit, and king third of spades would be a very different story
yeah, no,
because
I
now
think I'm blinded. Yeah,
Finn,
like
you owe Adam whatever the fee is for the bets. I haven't.
certainly. No,
I
no,
can't
but I think
decide
it
that.
makes sense. I think I'm real. The king of spades. From because we see the hands.
Yeah,
It looks
yeah.
like it needs to be from your side, but in reality, he's thinking that card is good.
Is
From partner side as well. So
sure.
it makes sense to just set diamonds.
It's gonna find out unfortunately that on the Queen of Spades lead, it's gonna go, or if that's what he leads.
No, but
It's one of those
unfortunately, his
coin
other
tricks.
lead is probably. I mean, oh, he wouldn't lead ace of clubs. Yeah, I mean, if he
no, it
on
needs
a
it
hard lead,
needs
yeah, he's not gonna lead a hard. On a
seems
hard lead,
like
it might
when
stay. It's
No,
still
no, he
down.
did lead a
Oh,
heart. He did lead a heart.
but it looks like it's still down. Actually, I was gonna say that like it actually doesn't. I mean, it doesn't look like it matters that much. I mean, he needs to play super double dummy from this point for this to have mattered.
and even if he does, I'm pretty sure it actually doesn't. Right? Like there's
Well,
just too
well,
much
it
work.
looks like. Well, to me, it
There's
He
look.
just
can't
too
do
Oh
much
yeah.
anything.
work to do.
Yeah,
Right? Well,
he's
not only
gonna.
that, but he, Zach is also going to be sitting there thinking, okay, the ace of spades is on side, especially because they didn't lead us
Yeah,
before,
right.
right?
He's
The
that good
fact that they
point.
didn't lead one is really, really promising for the ace of spades being on
Especially
side.
later on,
Right.
going, oh,
So,
okay, I
so,
wonder where
so
that
my
card is.
my thought is actually that he might win the ace of hearts and just spin the jack of diamonds, planning to take a double diamond hook if he needs to.
Right. Well.
When
So
the
so
jack of
well,
diamonds
double
Well, that
folds,
dummy. I
should
think
work.
double dummy. He's close, but I guess they can play too many trumps. So I mean, it
He's gonna
looks
get the
like
ace of
double
clubs wrong,
dummy.
or at least the
It
location of it's
looks like double
possibly
dummy.
wrong.
He could win the ace, play a diamond to the ace, king of hearts pitching a spade in a club, but I suppose that's not quite good enough. You have because they have to follow to both rounds of clubs, and you get one rough and dummy.
yeah, no,
So
you're done. So
wait,
so
wait, no, I'm not so sure. I think double dummy you can make it. Look, click double dummy. Yeah,
Yeah,
double dummy plays a diamond to the ace, king of hearts pitching a spade and a club, and he makes it because he does have enough. He can rough one and dummy, and he
there
can
you go.
pitch two of his losers on the king queen of clubs. So he can make it if he played that way.
okay.
And now here's
But
the revealing play.
but I mean, he's never
He was
going to
never
do
gonna do
that when
that,
Yeah,
he
right,
but
right.
double dummy he could have made
Yeah.
it.
yes.
And as you said, click on double dummy. We had a person in the YouTube chat like, please click on DDS, please. so, so well
So in
done.
fact,
Well,
he'll go down two for
well,
his trouble here.
this one we could have bet
Ooh,
on.
Platnick bid 3 hearts, so it looks like they're gonna play game in the Rosenthal match at that other table. So we
But
might.
they're still down. They're still down a fair bit, and it's always worth mentioning. The last
There's
two
only three
boards
boards
are
left.
right. The second last board is none vulnerable, and the last board is north south vulnerable. So depend. If you don't you'd like to be vulnerable yourself when you want to swing.
Interesting. Good point. But they'll be within. I mean, whatever. This match is also, unless there's something massive happening on this board. Although
Well,
it's still only 12 and a half, right? Still only 12 and a half.
this board east west makes it looks like makes six spades on the club finesse and some more.
And
So
diamonds. Maybe.
it's quite a poor spot. But if a team thinks they need a good result, it's unfortunate. The unfortunate part is that
Like, which
I
hand's
mean.
going to push, though? It doesn't look like it's going to be
Right. I mean,
anything.
they can
Yeah.
actually, right. It looks almost
Yeah,
impossible. I mean, they
exactly.
actually make 6-0 as well, but that's 6-0 is a ridiculous spot.
I mean, you want to play in
Actually,
six
six,
spades because
yeah, six, six
at least
spades
you
is a
can
good
rough
spot on the
diamonds good.
hand.
I mean, you can rough diamonds good, right?
Yeah.
You play six spades west, and you may not actually need the club finesse
So,
here.
but if Zach feels like they're having a bad set, he could push here. But I, I mean, I
It
don't think he
depends.
would.
Well, this is a
What's
mild
Michael's
slammy try,
plan?
right?
Oh, no, no,
Yeah.
it's not clear. A lot of people, including Zach and Michael, I believe, they switch it to where they play immediate Texas as a
Is
slam
a slam
try,
try.
and this
Okay.
is your way of Texasing.
Yeah.
Um, I believe Chip Martell is the one who popularized this agreement.
The flipper, the flopper.
Yeah, exactly. Because the idea is that your hand, if you have a marginal slam try, like you're more you it might change because partner's super accepted.
I
Where
see. So you yeah, you get that
well,
side of
so
it.
well certainly in the match, this is not going to be the most interesting table to watch because I mean
Well, in
because
fact, this one is pretty much over for us, right? This
yeah,
one's going to be a
exactly. I
make.
mean,
Let's
yeah.
sit here for a second because they're going to kind of tread some ground we've already seen. Zia's playing four hearts right here.
Right, so we're seeing four hearts on a club lead rather than a
Mhm.
heart lead, and
Well, and it's
this is
actually a little messier
it,
because
it is
he's
messier, but it looks like he's still going to make it. I mean, the normal line looks like, well, I take it back. I'm not sure. It's
It's
he might be
interesting.
hoping for a diamond. Well, because now he might hope for a diamond finesse. I mean, but what he can do here is he can cash the ace queen of hearts, um, and play the well. I mean, if you when he sees the jack of hearts, now he's claim. Um, he doesn't, then now he can play the ten of spades off of hand, and he's still making if the diamond finesse is on.
All
So
right.
he's
And if you're
playing a
joining late, folks, we're down to the last part of it. We have about a 12 and a half amp
so,
swing on this match. We're keeping
yeah.
our eye on anything else that's getting close.
So it looks like I mean it looks like he kind of wants to rough this king,
well, he
but
has to guess. He has to guess which red suit
right, but
finesse or
even if
drop to
he
take.
yeah, he's in bad shape now because even if he roughs this king, his most likely play is taking a diamond finesse. And if he takes a diamond finesse, they can the now he's just down. I mean, he's just down no matter what if this over roughed, I suppose. So or I mean if he takes a diamond finesse, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
because basically here he's has to figure out which red suit he's going to finesse, and seems like I guess taking the diamond finesse probably stands out. Also because some of the time when the diamond finesse loses, East has the jack of hearts anyway,
And
doubleton,
and the rough wouldn't
and
matter for
you
this.
still survive, right? Or jack
right.
eight of hearts
So
specifically.
I mean, I do
But
think I mean I might be I think that it might have been a stronger play for him to cash the ace queen of hearts first, and then well yeah it seems like that is a stronger play to me, but
well, certainly caching one heart first seems right to me. But the interesting thing is when you cache one heart, it goes 2, 6, 8. And you look at that eight of hearts and you say, this person's not going to, if they had an eight and a heart, they're not going to false carpet it. And so that starts to now change things a little bit because you wind
Okay.
up believing your opponent's trump spots.
he might play a heart right
There
now.
you go.
Okay,
That
well done,
wasn't
Zia.
that was I mean he put him this was the most difficult situation for him.
Now he's going to get home for making four, which keeps them in the match basically with two boards left.
Right.
Or three boards left. Three boards.
These next or the next board could be a swing for the Leibowitz team. I mean, this one spade double hand could be. I mean, it's not a
Sure.
hand I would expect to swing from, and they still and the next two hands look to be flat. So even if they win a swing, it looks like it's going to be eight
Unless
imps or
something weird
so.
happens, like,
So
yeah.
so the Leibowitz team is in really bad shape from this point, unfortunately.
Platnick and Rosenberg playing four hearts, or specifically Platnick playing four hearts at the other table,
Okay,
or the
so
other match,
I
excuse
mean,
me.
that's an important swing to keep them in the match, but they're
But time's running
still
out. Time's running
right.
out,
They're
and
still
we've
not in good
seen the boards
shape.
already, and they're not that.
Right. For them, they're down 25 with three board or so
Well,
they
they're
will
going to
be
swing on
down
this one,
19.
right? They're going
They'll
to
be down
get.
19 with three boards
Yeah.
to
Okay.
score.
So that's a lot to
That's a
make up for
lot
as
with
well.
given these three boards,
Right.
it's a lot. And I mean and yeah, so at the and so we have one more score that just came in for them.
That's
Kid and
14.
Bard played three diamonds going
Oh, sorry.
down one.
Sorry. Still 19. Yeah.
So on the third to last board, which is not a good score for them, certainly. So I mean, it's that match is not does not look to
Yeah,
be
this
like
is
it's
the
gonna be
only
that
one that
close either.
may have life.
I mean, even this one, they
It
if they
looks like
go,
they're
I mean, if they go minus like 100, it's seven. I mean, seven just doesn't look like enough.
they might be trending toward the same auction we saw. I don't know. What's
Yeah, I mean,
Right, it's the most
quite
normal auction.
it
does
is,
it?
and I think it's becoming a little bit more standard to penalize aggressively also because people overcall more aggressively.
Right, right, because the
And
overcall
so,
range is
as
wider.
you shift the standard or the quality of
Oh,
overcalls down,
Okay,
um,
one no
you shift
Trump.
sort of
so here we go. We might
what
get
you're willing to penalize with. But
So
we might get a
this
swing
could
here.
be we need. I mean, even not the thing is the last two, the next two, they're. It looks like it can't be 12 and a half amps because they need to go. Okay, so one no Trump. This is certainly not going to be that many amps. Zio will probably lead a spade. The defense has what looks like three spade tricks, a heart, and two diamonds, and it looks like they're going to struggle to take more
I
than
just
that,
feel
right?
I feel bad for I kind of feel bad for both teams if they lose a close match because they both were penalized and could have many ways they could have possibly
Right. So it looks like Leibowitz is going to win three amps on this board.
that gets them down to about 9.5, and then we have two kind of flattish boards left, so there needs to be a mistake.
Especially given like what Zach like they just like going down they went down in five diamonds I believe um
A lot,
which
yeah.
on the second to last which is it seems like it can't be a good board and then they missed a making slam on the last board so I mean which is normal but it's like it just doesn't look like it's winning him so this is pretty looks pretty dire. All right. So they're playing. I mean, doesn't seem like he can go down here. Honestly, it looks quite. I mean, oh, it might be. I guess it might
Yeah,
be eight
exactly. And we were
tracks.
just talking about that. If you the tenant penalty is pretty brutal.
Right. It looks like the tenant penalty is gonna barely have cost the match. It would have been yeah they would have won by.
Finn, there's someone critiquing your use of second to last. It's supposed to be penultimate in the bridge world, apparently.
Hmm.
I got banned for saying
I think
Flannery earlier, so the chat's pretty brutal.
I I I think we know what second to last means.
Yeah, I think everybody knows second to last. Penultimate may not be. Oh no, no, it's people. We've said it 3 times now. It's terrible.
So
Why are you
he
hitting
ducked the
yourself?
heart.
There we go.
It looks like
So
it
here,
still just at eight top.
right? I mean, declares maybe not certain that hearts are 5-3 versus
Right.
4,
Well,
but it doesn't really care either.
okay, well this is technically good for the Leibowitz team because it means they're only going to win two imps instead of three imps, which means the tenant penalty was
Ooh,
what
there
they
you go. Yeah,
still would have lost.
yeah.
And the other team only had this half imp because of a penalty themselves. So it is if they and so yeah, the fact that it's making two is actually could be an important one
Yeah,
here.
psychologically, just like hey,
I mean, it'll make them feel slightly better about it. I mean, yeah, I
it would
think,
definitely make me feel slightly better about it. That's for sure. If
yeah.
I were part of that team.
Only slightly.
Yeah, of course.
Because
Whatever. We all hate losing, right? If
right.
you're a bridge player, it's terrible, right?
Right.
But
And
Yes.
so truthfully, they need to somehow, no, they need to win 12 M's on the next board. So
because the last board
it's
we kind of
almost
know is just ho hum. We're gonna be in
the
first
last board is
phase.
just going to be a push. I mean, if it's not a push, it's definitely not a good thing for the Leibowitz team.
Yeah, and
Um,
the north south pair is not the one shooting on the last board. It's east west. So let's sweat this board, and then I think if nothing crazy happens, we can probably call it a night unless we fear something wacky happening.
yeah, yeah,
We
I
might as
agree.
well finish watching,
Yeah, at least the auction on the
close it
last one
out.
too, just in
Yeah, yeah,
case. We
certainly.
don't want to.
So
We don't want to have the. Well, I don't know. You're both too young for Heidi Bull.
I mean, so North South need to basically the score they need to win this match is they need to win 11 M's. So they need to be plus 650 or well 600 or more to win this match on this board, which with everybody
I mean,
non-vulnerable,
geez, how
it
does
looks
North
to be
South find a way
impossible.
to go, even if they get to four hearts or something? What?
I mean, the way to do it is to double 3-0 and have them get diamonds wrong. But
Well, no,
that seems,
the double 3-0 West.
yes, or even East. If you get diamonds wrong, you still,
If they get
win.
diamonds wrong, then it's not
But
it's not actually impossible. But the problem is like obviously it's a close match, so it's not that surprising. Like both the East West and North South pairs could have envisioned a better set from their teammates. Like both of them have kind of had. So if both pairs had the bad boards, then they might have won. It might have because then they might have done something swingy. But Daniel's not gonna double 3-0 here most likely. I mean, if he did, then they would probably just guess it. So it's yeah, it's not so good. Um
And 3-0
yeah.
just gets wrecked, but there's just no chance of knowing, and no
Well, I
chance
mean,
they're
it
gonna
might get
bid it.
wrecked if they guess the diamonds, it does pretty well.
Oh man, I guess West
so
isn't bidding
so
three
he's
now,
taking
so
a
it doesn't
different
matter.
a different tack. But this one actually with the double, now that gets interesting, right?
Hmm.
Eddie might pass. Now he might bid 3-0 and sit it, right?
Yeah, but he's
Um,
not. But it's not going to be doubled. So
right,
yeah.
right. No, again, we're setting aside that part.
Yeah, well, we're
Yes.
hoping for.
But
We hate to be like rooting against anybody or any team, but we're hoping for like an exciting last board. That's why.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
knowing the last board, it's unlikely to be particularly swingy.
Oh wait,
But
there's a very good. I mean, I don't think it'll. The slow play penalties are graduated, right? So they get bigger and bigger, or whatever, exponential. I don't know how. I don't know what the
Oh
right
yeah.
word
Oh yeah.
is.
This table is super slow.
So
This
so
table only has 11 minutes
so
left.
this isn't necessarily official, right? So,
But the problem is like it's 10 imps is too much in penalties. Like I don't think that much is unless they go like super
but
overtime.
they only gave him like 0.25 for the first one, but then they gave him like four or something for the next one. Like if you look in the score sheet, you'll see the exact. In fact, I can tell you right
Right,
now.
right. But the starting point is that okay, I mean like if it's a closer match, then I think it's more likely to matter. But they need to win imps to start with.
No, I got you. I got you.
Right. It looks like to me like if they make it a 5 imp match or something, then it looks like the penalties might be enough. So, but unfortunately, it looks like it's almost impossible for North South to win any imps here. I
Yeah, I
mean,
agree.
if down -2 looks like the worst possible result, unless something gets doubled, but I don't see that happening.
So he's still kind of
yeah,
Four
so
some
hearts.
descriptive
East
bid
is
too.
maybe hoping partner has a little bit more,
David
that they
Keyguard,
might
it
have a
looks like.
slam even. Um,
East is a hopeful guy.
yeah. Oh,
Three key cards in the Queen of Trumps partner. Come on.
right. Well, in the other room, Zach got to bid 5 diamonds over 4 diamonds, saying no, stop it, go away.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, which was helpful here because he really didn't want anything. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
but I mean,
Not a good.
here East needs an awful lot, so they will be not surprised, but perhaps disappointed to find.
Well, so maybe Colonel will pass this now so he can play it. If he passes this, it might make, right? I mean,
Ace of
it's a
spade,
likely
spade, or
make.
something like that. Yeah.
Oh no, I guess
Well,
yeah, it's a likely make.
so it is.
I guess there's a
So
promo.
he has to have it in the back of his mind that the King of
Ah, no,
Spades,
there
when
it is.
South
There it
does
is.
doubled 3 spades,
All for naught.
is a little,
Right.
suspect. But
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah.
you know, to pass 5 clubs would be,
That's actually probably the
well.
right bet. I mean, well, no, but no, because no, but like you have king and a spade. They didn't raise spades, and
But they
you
ripped
and
spades.
like
Yeah.
and your partner doesn't have a stopper. Like
Well, so
what?
you
What?
know that you're
He let a low spade.
interested.
That
Do you
is
know you're off
terrible.
a key card and the Queen of Trump? Or sorry, you know you're off 2 key cards and the Queen of Trump, which actually does mean he should pass 5 clubs, right? Because he knows he's
Wow,
off.
He gets it
Oi,
wrong anyway. Yeah.
that is
oi, oi, oi.
insane. I don't. Okay,
There
whatever.
was no.
It seems weird to me to get this wrong. I guess he could have queen to spade, but
Well, I mean, it seems weirder to lead low from Queen Jack
Queen Jack
nine
Nines, yeah,
six,
yeah.
Yeah,
but
yeah. No,
Especially
I
when
know.
you're
It's
already kind of disguised in a
I guess
way.
Declare's bit thing is more reasonable, but also like I guess with Queen of Spades they might have doubled three spades. I mean that's complete. I think maybe the King of Spades is reasonable, but it's still like why would they have underlet an ace here? But
because when partner has king and a spade and a promotable diamond trick, that might be how they beat it, right? Imagine they had ace jacks nine six of spades and no ace of clubs. They might need to do this, right? They might need to lead a low
that's
spade to
yeah,
the king
that's fair.
and a spade back
Well,
and a third spade. In fact, I think
have you
I think when
read?
partner doubles three spades, you play them explicitly for the I've discussed this with you. You play them explicitly for the ace or king to the point where you should lead low here. Right?
Yeah,
The whole
yeah.
point of the double is, hey partner, I have the ace
I
or
can
king of
You can lead
spades,
this
so
suit
you can
safely.
lead to me, right?
Well, doesn't that mean
Um,
that sometimes West should get this right then?
well, not really because North should with the queen of spades with queen jack of spades shouldn't be leading low, right? North should be leading low from
Well,
ace jack of
but you
spades.
just said they should lead low on this auction. So I
I'm
mean it's
saying Finn. I'm saying from ace jack six of spades they should lead a low spade.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
Right,
From
but you
queen
said that
jack
they
nine six, there's no
yeah.
reason for them to lead a low spade. So
No,
why
but
would
my
they
point
do
is
that?
I'm just saying I mean I'm it's not clear to me South would have doubled with Queen of Spade. And Ace of Clubs, by the way. They have Queen of Spade and Ace of Clubs. Like it's not clear to me that they would have led that.
I don't know. That seems more likely than North led a low spade from Queen Jack nine six personally.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So it's a this is a push board. So yeah, unfortunately, unless there's time penalties. So the time penalties is seven. I mean, we don't want time penalties, but they have 7 minutes to play the last board. So I can't imagine any massive time penalties will be incurred anyways.
Wait,
so
Um, the last
all
board
right.
looks like it'll be pretty quick.
yeah, I mean
Did
basically
anybody in
unless
the
they
field get to bid slam on this board?
On the last board, I mean, I would guess no, but I will take a look at that. Let's see.
I'd be shocked.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this just seems like such an auto four spade hand. Yep.
That'd
Four
be super
comparisons,
close.
all four spades, making six. So
Yep.
you can make 12 tricks, but you can't bid 12 tricks.
Yeah.
Thank you, first of all, before we end this, Finn and Adam. You made it easy for me. I didn't have to talk too much, so I appreciate that for the last session. We didn't get all the fireworks we thought. This looks like it's just going to end in a very close and well fought match for Lebowitz, but they're going to come up short. And just to give you guys an update, playing at home, Nickel is going to survive with just a solid, probably last like 20 boards. They just pulled it away there and have secured a victory. Fleischer just cruised to victory, and Rosenthal is going to hang on. It looks like they're up 26 with three comparisons. There are now two comparisons left, and it's this exact board, so we don't expect a lot of swinging on this. It's going to be a fun semifinal set. You're gonna have Fleischer against Rosenthal, I think. Correct? No, Fleischer
I think it's Fleischer against Simpson.
against Simpson, exactly, and then it's
Yeah.
going to be Nickel against Rosenthal.
Yep. Yep. Some good matches.
Absolutely.
It was the same matchup last year, Rosenthal and Nickel, because
Just
the seeds
just
ended up the same.
Yeah, but just kind of constructed differently, right? Just
Yep.
and unless we see anything weird, this will be all she wrote. That's it, guys.
Yeah, in fact, it would have been if Lebowitz had won, it would have been the exact same semifinal as last year because last year was Fleischer, Lebowitz, Rosenthal, Nickel in the two
Yeah.
semifinals.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Allison, what's up? Thank you so much for watching, everybody. And yeah, in the Fleischer match, it was Fleischer and Grew in the last set, just because they were up so much and they just wanted to kind of mix it up and have a little bit of fun. But that's it, folks. That's it for the quarterfinals. We have a really stacked semifinals. 2 days of that. If you guys are around, love to have you guys back, and we will see you for those two sessions or those 2 days, and then 8 more sessions to determine who gets to go to Buenos Aires. So thank you so much, folks. We will see you again next time. Take care.